the Nigerian Air Force did bombard areas in Degema and other parts of River State where illegal refiners are refining crude oil, stolen crude oil, I should add. And yet again, Degema. And the first thing that comes to my mind is why is the village head or the traditional ruler or maybe even the local government chairman or even the people in that community, I know one or two people may be shouting, but why are these very instrumental figures in that area not coming out to say, oh boys, stop doing these things or else we'll fight against you? Or because yet again, if something happens like it has happened in Iwofe, people will begin to lament. Or if by mistake the bombardment of the Air Force, God forbid, like we saw in Kaduna, right? We begin to talk, but we can minimize some of these things happening if we can work hand in gloves with the security agencies to ensure that all these bad elements, all these people involved in criminal activities are flushed out of our environment, our society, our localities. However, the report before me says the chairman of the Degema local government area of River State, Michael Williams, is yet to confirm reports by the Nigeria Air Force that it destroyed 6 illegal oil refining sites in Degema, a local government area. Now, the Air Force had in a statement today said it destroyed illegal sites situated approximately 6 nautical miles south of Opu Arugbana. The statement signed by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Nigerian Air Force Air Commodore Edward Gapquet, said the destruction took place on the 23rd of December 2023. All right, I'd like to get your thoughts on that one as well, but we'll go for a quick commercial break when we come back.
Just in, a man lost his life savings to a scammer using the
Right, 27 minutes gone past the hour of 3. Welcome back to Hard Facts in 92.3 Nigeria Info. Kalala Kurubatabo on the microphone this afternoon. Before I went for the commercial, I was telling you about the big stories. We usually have 3 big stories, and the first I already reeled out had to do with illegal refining in River State, in River State basically. And I'm wondering what can we do to eradicate, to stop illegal refining. The first one has not resulted in a fire incident at Iwofe Road, destroying properties worth millions of naira. And some of the owners of these properties would have to start from scratch. Look at the biting economic situation, and they were not even involved in the illegality. And then I'm arguing that if only they had spoken up, way before now, maybe all of this would not have happened. I do not know. But someone says he did speak up. He did tell the police. He did report to the police. But apparently the police are in cahoots with these individuals, and they're working together and making life difficult for the Nigerian economy. And I also told you about airstrikes in Degema local government area. The Air Force said on the 23rd, about 3 days ago, it destroyed illegal refining sites, 6 of them in Degema region. And I'm saying, just the same way I argued with what has happened at Iwofe. Why are the people there not talking? Why are the community people? It's not like they are directly enjoying or benefiting from the illegal refiners or illegal refining in that area. So I'm just thinking out loud, and I hope you probably have an answer to what my thoughts are. But let's move on now to the final big 3 story, and it's a sad one for me. And it is a sad one for me. I don't know. We woke up to the news this morning that there was massive killings in Plateau State. And, when things like this happen, different news outlets with different figures as to how many people actually died. But, the figures, irrespective of which you choose, are terrifying figures. Some say 98, some say 145, some, very, very horrific figures. But I'm going with the one as printed on Daily Trust newspaper, where it says 145 killed as bandits attack 23 Plateau villages. 23, not 10, not 5, 23. Now, according to the story, and it's a sad one, though it's not close to our locality, there is no proximity when you look at the story. It's still Nigeria, and it's still a sad one because, one, it affects the image of Nigeria when, outside communities are looking at investing in the country. Sometimes, the whole country is not safe. That's how they summarize it. It also affects the food security in Nigeria, because a lot of the food we eat in the country comes from the northern part of Nigeria. Even though Plateau is in the middle belt area, it also is responsible, or also provides a huge amount of food that we eat in the country. Now, these criminals, these bandits, operated for about 2 days. Let me get my facts straight. From Saturday night to the early hours of Monday. That's 2 days, right? Saturday, Sunday. Okay, Saturday night. Then let's just say 1 day plus. 1 day plus. They operated non-stop. No resistance. Nothing. And killed people in 23 different villages. 23. I think even 3 different local governments as well. 3 different local governments. They went to 3 different local governments and killed 145 people. So according to the Daily Trust, the assailants reportedly killed 113 persons in 20 villages in Boko's local government area and 32 in 3 villages in Bakinladi local government area. So it was 2 villages. 2 local governments, 23 villages. 145 people. And as sad as this, it brings to the fore the deficits in terms of manpower, in terms of passion and willpower, in terms of tools, in terms of weapons, I mean, to fight insecurity in the country. And it brings up a debate in my head. So we are shouting, rid the police of bad eggs. And the police right now are reading the bad eggs out of the police. But it also means that the police are even becoming more deficit in terms of manpower. And that also points to the fact that they need to recruit, but people are not willing to join the police as much as they should, because someone will ask the question, what would I gain if I joined the police? The police, according to stories we've heard, they've not been treated fairly. Their welfare is poor. There is no incentive in joining the police. And according to a former police officer one time on this show, she said the people who are joining, majority of them are people who, majority not all, are people who do not have an alternative, and so they join the police as a means to survive. And so the question then is, how do we change this narrative in terms of the police, in terms of the army, in terms of the navy, in terms of the air force, to, in countries like the United States, in countries like the UK, it's a thing of pride to join the police or any force. It's a thing of, it gives your family some kind of prestige. But it looks like, many of us in this part, we do not necessarily like it. I mean, there are arguments that, and I don't want to go into all of that, but I want to get your thoughts. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. What are your thoughts? For WhatsApp, use the number 0809-030-6416. These are the big stories. I want to get your thoughts, and I want us to talk for development. My first question is, why do we not see anything from cultism to armed robbery to illegal refining to people who are doing fraud 419? Why do we not see anything or reports to the police, or try to ensure that the law take its course? We keep quiet until it affects us. So until, for instance, the EFCC raids a compound and parks everybody before we now know that we are supposed to tell the security agencies that they were fraudsters in our compound. Until the police comes and mistakes another person for an armed robber, till we're supposed to tell them that we've been suspecting that our neighbors are not doing the needful. I mean, I could go on and on, but why is it a culture? Is it a mentality? Is it the fear of the police? Is it the fear of, what is the reason? And then when we also take that story to Degema local government area, I'm wondering, Degema is now becoming notorious for illegal refiners. Well, what is not being done right in that area? Are the people, complicit in terms of the illegality happening? And I could go on and on. But I'd like to get your thoughts. I don't have enough time. I started the show late. So we'll just go to the phone lines once again and reel out the numbers. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp number for WhatsApp messages 0809-030-6416. All right. Let's start with this one. Hello, what's your name? Where are you?
Hello, good afternoon, Nigeria.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Nigeria.
I can hear you. Good afternoon to you.
Canada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
This is Dakuku from Abokeche.
All right, Dakuku. Yeah, Dakuku, welcome. Let's get your thoughts, please.
So let me tell you, Canada, this is we are talking about the illegal refinery. We are talking in this state, but it's a Niger data. It will not stop. Why it will not stop is that most of government officials, all these politicians, I think the policemen who will call that is the capable civil defense, they are doing all these things. So all this illegal refinery cannot to stop. I'm just telling you the truth.
Okay.
From the because most of them, their children are inside it. There's nothing we make for them to stop this bunkering of a thing. Another one, that two local governments in Plateau State, where there were people killed 200 and 100 a year. It's so sad. And I heard that it was Christians. It's so sad. Christians cannot wake up and know what to do over this issue because of many churches. They have divided up to 10, 100 places, creating churches. That is why they cannot do belong to one place. I'm not telling you the truth. It's so sad. The government should wake up.
All right.
But they have to quit the police. Give them what they need. You know why most of them are afraid? When they die, they grab their wife from the barracks.
All right, Dakuku, thank you very much.
Let me stop like this.
All right.
Nigeria, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I've got Aliozie from Woji. Aliozie, welcome. What is on your mind? Please tell me.
Good afternoon, Kalada.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I want to react to the Bigema issue.
All right, let's hear you, Aliozie.
I've been opportune to work there. It isn't about the village leaders not reacting.
Okay.
It's about who is refining.
Who is refining? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the big shops in the Bigema area are those ones refining. So how do you think that the leaders or the people that are meant to call them to order will call them to order?
So come again, Aliozie. You're making an allegation that the big boys in the area, in that local government, are the ones who are building these illegal refineries, and so there is no stopping them.
Based off of what I experienced when I went to work there.
Okay. Interesting.
It's not an allegation.
Okay.
The person I worked for literally had crude pipeline past. So he will tell you he wants to go to backyard and search for.
So he has a pipe to his backyard.
Yeah.
Aliozie, why did you not report this to any of the authorities? And that's my argument this afternoon. Why did you
mind my business? Because they tell you what you see there remains there.
So you should mind your business. But what if like people in the what do you call it now, the area, Iwofe area, where their properties have not been burnt down because they were minding their businesses? What if you get directly affected by this? Would you still want to mind your business?
That is a problem. Because if you want to report, you don't know whether the police you're reporting has cahoots with them. It's just better you just stay off.
All right then. I get your point. But thank you very much, Aliozie. Let's go to Joe. All right, I missed Joe's call. Please keep your calls coming in. Let's get your thoughts and let's talk for development, like I would always say. This one says, people seem not to report these activities because the law enforcement agencies, especially the police, aid these guys because they collect money from them. So reporting them means going against the police. Secondly, these boys are rich, so they empower people, employ boys who have no jobs because government have failed to employ. Finally, some of these guys are unemployed graduates without jobs, and this is the only source of survival. People seem to sympathize with them. Government should be people-centered. Imagine Rivers graduates roaming the streets now because they were sacked from Ignatius Ajuri University after working for 9 months. Anonymous with that one. But thank you very much. I've got Frank from D-Line. Frank, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Let me react on over 145 people killed in Plateau State.
Okay.
And no security intervention.
Yeah, for more than
I want
24
to
hours.
ask this afternoon whether, I don't know, police station in that local government. They shoot number 1, number 2 till 145. It's not good now. And we have president that since morning, president never say anything. It's one being we are talking about. And he saw an oath that he will protect us and our property. The governor of that state should do something. The people are dying on a daily basis. It's not good. Canada, this thing is condemnable. And I appeal to security agencies to fish out those bandits. Yes, my comment this afternoon. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much, Frank. But Frank, you should also take note that I did mention that it could be that we don't have enough manpower to police the landmass of Plateau. Usually in the northern part or even the middle belts, they usually have large area mass. So sometimes it's difficult to police these areas. However, The governor did mention something. I think he said that the terrorists have been occupying 64 communities, schools in Plateau. He said that terrorists have taken over Plateau State to a large extent. So it brings us back to the conversation or the talking point I raised. How do we get the police to be very lucrative, or how do we create incentives so people can begin to join the police, the army, the air force, like we see in other countries? I've got Real Gift from Port Harcourt Township. Real Gift, welcome. What is on your mind? Tell me.
Good afternoon to you, Chief K.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Ordinarily, I'm supposed to start from home because charity is picking with them bomb for house.
All right.
But because of this issue of killing in Jos, permit me to start from Jos, then make a rush reach house.
Okay.
Now, you said the governor said the large chunk of the state has been occupied by bandits or terrorists.
About 64 communities, yeah.
So, is the federal government not aware of this? If they are aware of it, how come these people are still having a field day? You talk about incentives for the police. I'm also in support of incentives. But the question right now, as we speak right now, how many police officers are with the VIPs in this country?
Interesting.
Because as I speak to you, there is a professor I know. Each time he comes around, he comes with about 3 police officers.
A professor,
What
you
for?
say? A professor?
Yes,
okay.
A lecturer.
Okay.
3. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know about.
Okay.
So, what about the others? I think they should start from there. Yes, they tell us they are understaffed. Nigeria is under police. But the ones they have, how are they utilizing them to the benefit of every town and Okubo in terms of fighting insecurity? Let's start from the figures, and then we'll talk about the incentives.
Okay.
It's not as if they are not aware of what they are supposed to do for these people to make it lucrative. Then tying it down to rushing down home, please, for want of time.
All right, quickly.
When you talk about this issue of playing complaint, most times these persons are more powerful than the conventional security agents anyway.
When you say more when you say more powerful, what do you mean by being more powerful?
Chief K,
can
you
hear
need me
you.
to tell you that under the white gown the Reverend Father is putting on, he's also putting on the trouser.
I would not know. I would not know.
Because the thing is this.
Yeah.
See, most times when you complain, it's not as if people don't complain, but even the security agents sometimes will say, leave them. And most times they go to settle this, because they settle these persons, sometimes at the detriment of your own life, if you go to complain. We know these things. We see it happen. Most times when they park in the junction, the T-junction where I reside, they are not parking there. I'm talking about the security persons. They are not parking there to fight. See, sometimes they dead there. People, they fight, they don't answer.
All right.
But the moment these people are passing by with products, you see them swung around. So what are we talking about? And if they are telling us that they are going to bombard those areas, maybe, I might be speculating, maybe not the people will not settle. Or they just want to get pictorial evidence to show that indeed they are working.
All right.
If not,
All right.
ask yourself a question, the cuisine we use on the streets or we buy, where they come out from.
All right. Thank you very much, Real
Thank you
Gift.
very much.
I've got Ojaka from Imo State. Ojaka, welcome. Sorry for keeping you that long.
Yeah,
Welcome. Let's go.
I want to contribute on the topic about 140-something Nigerians.
About 145. About 145.
I would say, without missing words, that federal government is responsible
Okay.
for the death of these innocent Nigerians.
Okay.
Because until Nigerians, put our government to task, these issues of wastage of life for no justifiable reason will continue. The buck stops on the president's table. Until Nigerians demand in their millions that this killing should stop, it will continue. Because each time it happens, you consider the fact that he's far away, like rightly said, far away in Plateau State. Because these are innocent Nigerians that are being slaughtered unnecessarily, for no justifiable reason whatsoever. And yet there's a living government. No, there's no government. We have to demand from federal government that these killings will stop. The buck stops on the president's table. No excuses. All they keep manufacturing are excuses. Excuses of laxity, weakness. And instead
all we get. Until we sit up and demand from government that this wanton killing should stop, it will never stop.
Ojaka.
That's the time we now realize that Nigeria have become nothing other than a killing field. And all of us, all our lives are involved.
Ojaka now, please.
And can stop. Why do we have vote for, defense and police and army? Why? Taxpayers' money being wasted for nothing. And yet the minimum required of these security agencies cannot be met. And yet we take it as business as usual. Once they announce it, everybody continues on his business. Because your brother and sister is not involved.
All right.
We look the other way. The government is doing. We look the other way.
Oh
because their brother and sister are not
This is a rant.
It's unfortunate.
All right.
Every Nigerian life matters.
Yeah.
And our government should sit up and stop this wanton killing. If you give their power, all these people doing killings are main right-type soldiers. Why are they more powerful than our well-armed, defense force?
But Ojaka, pause, please. I'm trying to raise an issue with you. Could it be that we don't have enough manpower? We are understaffed when it comes to.
We have more than enough manpower.
Okay.
But they are not properly. They are not given the tax for which they are, paid for by taxpayers.
Okay.
We have enough manpower.
Okay.
The army is guiding areas they are not supposed to. We have areas of high insecurity. Channel the little manpower you have
to those areas.
The need is highest.
All right.
And not go and pursue innocent citizens.
Okay.
And kill them like they do in Southeast and other places.
Okay.
Leaving the areas of state of war unmanned. That is what the problem is.
All right, thank you. Thank you very.
They will do the duty for which the taxpayers are paying them.
All right, thank you very much. I've got to move on now. But there is a story that trended early this morning. I think it was published in several dailies, and it had to do with federal workers not being paid their salaries, including the army, the police, and the other forces. So could that have also contributed? I'm just throwing that into the mix. Another talking point, right? But I've got Azunda from Ingboshimini. Azunda, welcome. What is on your mind? Tell me. Azunda, are you there? Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, I think for me, the answer to the question you asked is that one of it is that the mindset that we have towards all those things. One of it is that people believe that it is our own commonwealth. So since it is close to us, or we can be able to, do whatever to get it, that it is our own. And the second one is that the way the government managed the proceeds from this oil, they mismanaged it, and we are not benefiting much. So many people see it as an opportunity. They have ill feelings against the government. So that is the reason people don't report such
all right, I get you.
Anything going on in their area.
So it's like government no give us now, could take them by ourselves, something like that, right? Something of that nature.
They see it as an opportunity for us to take our own.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much, Azunda, and thank you for your contribution. Joe from Rumakrushi yet again. Victor from Rumakrushi this time. Let's get your thoughts, please.
Okay, Kalara, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Compliments of the season to you.
Thank you. You see, when we are talking about reports, apart from the one of youth every Wednesday morning, like tomorrow, my brother, you go to report a person, give police. You are in danger. Because police arresting that person, they will call the person, tell police will tell the person, say, see, now this man, now he can report you.
Okay.
But they can't do the intelligent job. Okay, somebody report this person to you. Instead of you to do background check, you your own fact check. You will not. But rather, maybe especially when you see the person is with some bulk money, you look for a way of squeezing things and telling him, I don't mind all these people. And you see, Bunkley, I keep saying, Jonathan make a very serious statement on social media. Sorry, I think it was a radio media chat. They call it media chat.
All right, media chat, yeah.
He said, Bunkley is not a business of a poor man. No poor man can do Bunkley. No poor man. Just like what that guy is reporting. the guy that fire has caught his house. Okay, the question is, this guy has went and reported this thing. Coming back before it will boldly say it on air that he went and reported that police are behind this thing. It means he has been seeing police coming there, collecting, and the landlords are, who is lost now? Everybody. At the end of the day, you lost everything. Nigeria.
All right.
No.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My heart goes to people who have lost their properties worth millions. Trust me, this year has taught me a lot. Acquiring properties is not easy. I mean, just surviving is not easy. Talk more of people who have been able to, struggle past survival to building properties or buying properties or gaining properties, and all of a sudden you lose it in, just a brief period because of a fire incident. You have no, oh my goodness, I could go on. And of course there is the issue of emergency services. I'm talking about the hospitals, I'm talking about the fire service, I'm talking about even the police. But we won't stop talking, we'll keep talking. Hopefully we'll see a change. This one says, good afternoon, Canada. Hundreds of Nigerians are killed and we only hear about it on the news, and in few days we move on like nothing happened. Leaves me wondering if the biblical phrase, let the dead bury the dead, was specifically made for Nigerians, since no one will be arrested and charged for the killings. After suffering high cost of fuel and food, unemployment, naira scarcity, I should be able at least to feel secured. Nigerians deserve better from our security agencies and government officials. Mike from Thai with that one. This one says, Canada, this is the answer to your questions. What do you expect from the society that believes too much that God forgives sins? What do you expect from the society that believes that if you kill for Allah, goodies are waiting in heaven, including some virgins, and the people are looting the treasury to buy arms and ammunition to sponsor violence, maim, and kill people? What do you expect? What do you expect when, okay, this is not about religion now, so I would have to, but you said, what do you expect when people use religion to perpetrate violence and corruption to destroy us? What do you expect? Even if you steal 17 trillion as Emefiele has done, the day he accepts Jesus, or the day his sins will be forgiven, it becomes a new creature and automatically it becomes heaven bound. What do you expect? What do you expect from a society where successful men of God or clerics, I'm trying to edit your message so it doesn't sound like we're fighting religion now, stupendously rich, telling frustrated youths and graduates without employment that he was formerly an armed robber, fraudster, kidnapper, drug addict, sleeping with married women, and now he is born again and that God has forgiven him, still flaunting the ill-gotten wealth before the frustrated youths. What do you expect? What do you expect from the society that believes that the more you give God, the more God blesses you, and people are looting the treasury to sow seeds to purchase forgiveness and receive bountiful blessings from God? What do you expect? Stop lamenting, my brethren. Your religion is responsible for the ugly narratives we are facing now, and until we do something drastic about it, you can never accept or expect new results for repeating the same mistake. We know the truth, but we keep deceiving ourselves, still doing the same things responsible for our predicament. Until we get leaders that can use political powers to convert Nigerians to nominal Muslims and nominal Christians, as Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore did to his people, or as the Scandinavian countries did, we will remain where we are. All right, thank you. What a piece. Even if I try to edit it so we don't incite some people into, we know we're a very religious set of people. This one says, good evening, Canada. 145 people killed in Plateau State. The lack of security agents in Nigeria is due to the fact that politicians and the whole of elites employ these security agents as guards at their respective homes. If a large number of police officers and army officials are escorts, how do we expect understaffed security agencies to find out bandits? Koto from Ondo State. Thank you very much with that one. This one says, to me, countless attacks in Plateau is well organized war, and it worries me the government seem to lack the capacity to handle the situation. Yes, for an approximately 2 days attacks on defenseless citizens, and up till now, no military, police, and DSS intelligence reports, no prime suspect's name, and nav that can bombard ordinary fire sites in Niger Delta areas cannot respond to such attacks. This is highly suspicious. I think all should defend themselves as advised by General T.Y. Danjuma. I think that will escalate things. This is just greetings, Canada. It is like we are crying more than the bereaved. If those guys in Plateau are really hit by this tragedy, all the media should be agog now. It's like the governor and people of that state like what is going on. Let me not say bad words, but the truth is we are not in a democracy. Let me end it here, Franklin. Franklin, the governor has spoken. The northern senators have spoken. Newspapers have carried it. Like I said, all the newspapers published it. So I'm wondering what you want them to do that they have not done. However, what we should be focused on is the police, the army, the Air Force. What are they doing to ensure that they safeguard the people living in these areas, not just Plateau, but in all the northern areas where we have insecurity rife, and that should be the conversation. Remember, the governor is not in charge of the security agencies. I know some would say it's a political statement, but indeed they are not in charge of the security architecture in Nigeria or even in that state. So it's really a dicey one, and it brings yet again to the fore the conversation of whether we should institute state policing, state securities, so as to ensure that they focus, the various security, or they focus on the various security issues, because these security issues differ according to states. But this one says, good evening, and please, I'm reporting from Awode East local government, and to be precise, Ula Upata community. Concerned security issues of one quarters. Okay.